2 times this year, I found myself throwing darts in the grand ballroom of the Chicago Hilton in some of the craziest darts experiences of my life. I know this sounds crazy, and I thought it was fake all the way up until I found myself in the ballroom throwing and having the time of my life. So in this one, I just wanted to share the story with you guys because it was, like I said, the craziest darts experience of my life, so I just want to hop on here and share it with you. But first, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go and drop this video a thumbs up. Also, comment down below what your craziest darts experience is. Alright guys, let's talk about it. Alright guys, so for this story, we gotta go back to earlier this year where I got a random Facebook message from someone I did not know, and basically they were asking if I would like to be a part of this corporate event where I would come up and, you know, play darts, show off dart skills, and help people play darts for a corporate event. It sounded kind of weird. It sounded, well, looked like a fake thing, you know, some kind of spam trying to get me to message back and maybe get information from me. But I emailed back or messaged back and asked for more information. And she then went on to tell me that this private company is coming into Chicago and they rented out the grand ballroom. They were hosting a big party. They do this every year apparently. And they wanted this theme of this party to be bar games. So they had pool tables, shuffleboard, darts, foosball, and they hired experts from each sport to come in and play with the clients. So once again, after she explained this to me, in my mind, I'm thinking that this is still fake, not real, and yeah, it just sounded too good to be true. They said they were gonna pay me for this, so I don't know, just everything seemed crazy. And when we talked, I found out that this was gonna be a 2-event situation. So there was one event in May and then another event in August. So leading up to the first event in May, every single day, I just thought, I was just waiting for some kind of email, phone call telling me I got punked or that this is fake or something along those lines. But every day it got closer. Well, I never got any of those text messages or anything. Instead, I was getting more information about it, signing contracts and all this stuff. And even though I signed the contracts and gave away my tax information, I still thought that this was fake. Even the morning of, I checked my bank account and I got paid the morning of. And even though I saw the money in my bank account, I was still waiting for a phone call or something. I take the drive down to Chicago. I'm pulling into the Chicago Hilton. I'm walking into the Chicago Hilton and there is just an ungodly amount of people hanging out there at the bar. So I'm walking in wearing my darts clothes and I'm walking around trying to figure out what's going on. Now keep in mind, I don't have any idea what's going on because all the information I had is what I already told you guys, which sounded weird and hard to grasp. So as I was walking around, like, I was still trying to figure out what was going on. I ran into one of the foosball players that they hired, and I'm happy that I did because we were able to just talk about how crazy all this was and how we couldn't believe what was happening. And also it was kind of hard to get in, get past, you know, the people checking everyone in and all this stuff. So we were able to, you know, navigate this whole situation together. And then before you knew it, we are walking into the grand ballroom. There's tables everywhere, food everywhere. There's dartboards, foosball tables, pool tables, shuffleboard tables. There's a big DJ in the middle of the room. She's on top of, or not in the middle of the room, but there was like maybe like a 15-foot, kind of like a stage, but in the bar was underneath it. She was up there playing music and stuff. And now none of the clients have come in yet, but you know, we need to get there and set up and everything. So we get in there, we set up, I find the dartboards and they are super old soft tip boards. So I am not good with soft tip boards in the first place, so I had to plan this thing for about 10 minutes to try to figure it out because the last thing I would want is all the guests to come in and I don't know how to work this thing or anything like that. So I'm just kind of hanging out with the foosball guys inside of the ballroom. And like I said, it's just crazy. There's a bunch of people walking around taking pictures. The guests have not come in yet. There is crazy food. There's a bunch of servers standing at the door with a bunch of trays full of alcohol drinks because it was open bar for all the clients. We weren't able to drink as the performers, but everyone else had an open bar. So we were just waiting there, waiting for the countdown because it all started at 7 o'clock. The second 7 o'clock hit, the music started playing. The whole room was bumping and just 1,000 people started walking into the doors. As they're walking in, finding their way around the ballroom, we're just kind of standing over there because, you know, no one's really come into us yet. and everyone's just going to the bar, getting a bunch of drinks, going to the food stations, getting this beautiful looking food. The catering was insane. I couldn't believe that I was a part of what was going on. It was just one of the craziest things I had ever seen. And even though I'm sitting here saying this and it sounds crazy, and it still sounds crazy saying this, that I was even a part of this, the words that I'm saying still cannot comprehend as to how crazy this was. And eventually, people started making their way over to the dartboards, foosball tables, and all the other things that they had set up for them. So now I'm standing at these two dartboards, just hanging out, and I've got 10, 15, 20 people that I'm talking to, trying to set up dartboards for, trying to get the dartboard set up, throwing darts with them, helping them with their darts throw. So this is when the night just got crazy, because the whole night, I was just standing at these dartboards, hanging out with people, throwing with them, helping them how to throw, and just laughing, having a good time with them. And this went on all the way until 1 in the morning. So from 7 p.m. to 1 in the morning, I was just hanging out in the Chicago ballroom, throwing darts with a bunch of people at what was the craziest party that I had ever been a part of. And the thing is too, so this company, they flew all their employees in from all over the world. So I met people from New Zealand, Scotland, some people from Canada, just different countries all over the world, and of course different states all over the country. So I got to meet so many different people, talk to so many different people, throw darts with them, you know, share my passion for darts with them, teach them the rules and all this stuff. So from 7 to 1, that's what I was doing, just hanging out with all these people, throwing darts with them, and, you know, just sharing my love for darts. So to backtrack, like I said, the company, they're the ones that flew in all of their employees. So like I said, there was 2 dates to this. The guy flew in half of his employees for the first date, then the other half the second date. So this happened 2 nights that this happened. I'm just kind of making it seem like it was 1 night, but it was basically 2 nights of the same exact thing. So he flew 2,000 people total to Chicago from all over the world, shacked all of them up in hotel rooms at the Chicago Hilton for 2 or 3 nights. They rented out the Grand Ballroom the Thursday nights they were there, and then rented out like the Second City Theater or something on the Friday nights that they were there. Whatever this company is just crazy, and this guy really takes good care of his employees. And it wasn't just a big party. They had a lot of other stuff that they were doing too. This was just like the kickoff of the weekend. Of course, they were doing a lot of business stuff while they were there, but this guy knows how to have fun. And just to kind of build on how crazy this is, so I was talking, like I said, to some of the employees from around the world there, and I was just saying, like, I cannot believe how crazy this is. Like, I just was in awe of the whole night, the whole situation, and everything that was going on. A lot of the employees couldn't believe that I was being paid to hang out there and throw darts with them and show them darts. So the whole situation was just wild. But then I was talking to some guys and they were like, oh, like, yeah, this is crazy, but this is nothing compared to what's happened before. And me just being mind blown, because this is the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I'm like, what could have possibly happened before? So apparently, one of the years when this guy did this for his employees and his company, he rented out the Mandalay Bay, privately hired Bruno Mars and John Legend to perform for his employees. And then the after party, he hired Shaquille O'Neal to DJ the after party. So I thought the Grand Ballroom situation was crazy, and it was crazy. It will still always be one of the craziest things I had ever seen. But then to find out that he rented out the Mandalay Bay, John Legend, Bruno Mars, and Shaquille O'Neal is just mind-blowing. So that's pretty much it, guys. The craziest darts experience of my life. And the thing is, it wasn't even necessarily related to tournaments or anything. It was the fact that I was hired to perform at a party for over 1,000 people 2 times, and I was getting paid to do this. And just like I said, the party was the craziest party I had ever seen in my life. Just makes this the craziest darts experience. And another thing too that it really helped with is that, depending on how many videos you guys watch of mine, you knew that I was having some struggles this year. But both nights that I went here was the most fun that I had throwing darts. And I always talk about having fun, and I wasn't having too much fun this year throwing darts. So being able to go to something like that to throw darts, something that there was literally no pressure on me to throw well for. I wasn't playing for any money. I was already paid. I was just there, you know, I was basically there to have fun and have fun with other people and to make sure that they had fun throwing darts. So I had the time of my life, and it was after that is what really helped me find the fun in darts again, because I was putting so much pressure on myself to try to throw my good darts again, and just being able to relax and not even think about how good my darts are and just throw darts at a party and have fun just really helped me relax. And the second event just happened last month in August, and that was right around the time I found myself coming out of this slump. So when I look at it, not only was it the craziest experience of my life, but it was also one of the most important, because the fun that I had here is what really helped me and was the beginning to really help me get out of my slump and start having fun on the dartboard and finally bring my good darts back. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Crazy darts experience. Even though I feel like I've missed so much here, I think I had some pictures and videos I can put over this and hopefully just kind of show you guys a little bit what it was like. But, you know, I was hired to do a job. I was professional about it, so I didn't have my phone out taking a bunch of pictures and stuff, but I did get a little bit, so hopefully I can put that over this video, because the words that I said still do not even come close to a full comprehension of how crazy this was. So I'm gonna get in one more throw, guys, and then we're gonna get this video done. And then I got my tournament tomorrow for cricket, so I'm really excited about that. I'll be back on here, you know, to do a little recap of that in a few days. And hopefully my darts are a little bit better than that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, drop the video a thumbs up. Some videos should have popped up somewhere over here. Click one, click them both. If you want to help support the channel, please consider checking out bullshotdarts.com to pick up some Bullshot Apparel, or magicwear.com to pick up some Bullshot Darts jerseys. Links for those will be down below. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, and shoot well.